It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, and welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So yesterday, I met my girlfriend's aunt. She is staying with us this weekend. She is from Michigan, just like my girlfriend. And so far, she's been a lot of fun. We went to Burro and Campbell last night, and she had a Mexican coffee because they didn't have a Spanish coffee. And it's funny because I was a bartender for 3 years, and I remember there being a Spanish coffee, but I can't remember what goes in it. All I remember is Mexican coffee because that's what everyone ever wanted. Well, an Irish coffee, of course. Hey, could you Irish up this coffee for me a little bit? Who said that? That's right. It was Ned Flanders' Vegas wife. See? You learn something new every day. That was fun. We got to go to the prune yard. It was actually my second trip to the prune yard that day because we had gone running at Campbell Park that morning before her aunt flew in, and we went to Trader Joe's and Coffee Society, where my girlfriend bought me these tortillas. I bought her coffee. It's only fair. I'm not big on Trader Joe's. It's a good price for what they sell, but as a purveyor of Bachelor Chow, I prefer the set-top box method, which means getting something like this and adding a pot of rice to it and some tofu, and I call it tofu helper. But if I'm going to have upscale food, so you know this is upscale food, because check this out. She bought it yesterday, the 24th, which by the way is my grandparents' 56th wedding anniversary, and the ones that live in Napa, where we went last weekend. Look at the expiration date, April 27th. Dude, that's like 2 days from now. So I need to eat these today. Now, it's a good price, 22 ounces of tortillas for $1.69. That's $1.69 US, not Canadian. It's a good price. So I know what I'm eating, and that's just as well. Yesterday, I was on my way to Hayward to learn more craps dealing stuff at Aces Up. I didn't do anything new today. I just practiced what I already knew. They didn't have a lot of time to teach today because they were busy working on a gig, which I have tonight. I'll talk about that tomorrow. So I didn't learn anything new. Next would be place bets. You know, if the point is 8 or 6 and they say 16 inside, then it's a place bet on the 5, the 9, and either the 6 or the 8. Really, if the point is 5, 6, 8, or 9 and someone says 16 inside, it's the other 3 numbers besides the point. But I didn't actually get to do any place bets. I just worked on paying off odds bets on come and pass line bets and field bets, and also because my friend Blake was there, she was the stick man, and so she would tell me when to pay the people on my side, because people that make the exotic bets like the yo and the any craps and C&E and the horn bet and the hard ways and the hopping bets and all those, the world bet, the 7, all those bets that they're in the middle of the table, the stick man's in charge of those. So the stick man, you know, keeps an eye on what's going on there, and when somebody wins, then she takes the stick and she taps it in front of somebody and says, you know, my first or your first, depending on where they're located on the rail, you know, $140 or $35 or $82 or whatever. And then because it's on my side, I go to my stacks and I count the money, and then I go, here you go, sir. Heel the bet, done. So it's very exciting, and this is what I could have been doing all this time. I mean, if I had stayed in Tahoe, or if I'd moved to Vegas, and if I hadn't got that job back in San Jose, and if I didn't meet the different people that I met, and if I didn't buy this house, and if I didn't lose my job, and if I didn't find another job, and if I didn't lose that job, and if I didn't have an interview with Yahoo, oh, I haven't talked about that yet. So I'd be there at noon in Hayward. So I said, okay, I'm going to leave around 11:10. Get in the car, and the phone rings, and I'm not going to answer because I don't have a headset, because I don't want a headset. And I look at it, and I go, I don't know what that number is, but 348, that's a Sunnyvale prefix. That could be Yahoo, because remember, Yahoo said they were going to call me by the end of this week, and it was Friday. They hadn't called yet. So I said, I bet you this is Yahoo. So what am I going to do? Pull over into the parking lot, Jack in the Box parking lot? All right, fine. So I'm standing in the Jack in the Box parking lot, and I answer the phone, and it's Yahoo. It's the hiring manager. And so for the next 35 minutes, I walk around the parking lot talking on the phone to the hiring manager, answering all the questions. It went pretty well. I think I've got a good chance of being brought in for an interview. I'm not positive. but I've got a pretty good idea that she liked enough of what I said that she's going to at least want to meet me. Because I can't do everything that the job wants me to do, but she specifically asked if I'd be willing to train on the things I didn't know, and I said yes. Now, why would she say that if she weren't going to be interested? So, we'll see. She said I'll hear from her next week, or from the recruiter next week, if they're interested. I don't have her contact information. Well, I guess I have her phone number, right? But I'm not going to harass her. I mean, that's how you don't get the job. So I will just wait and see what happens with that. I emailed the recruiter and said, hey, got the call. It was wonderful. Thanks a lot. And so now I've been standing outside for 35 minutes. And that's why I got a sunburn yesterday. From standing in the Jack in the Box parking lot for 35 minutes having a telephone interview with Yahoo. And it could have been worse. But the battery in my phone was dying. And if the battery in my phone hadn't died, at least I knew, so I could say, hey, my battery's dying, I gotta go. I could have been on the phone even longer, and I could have been even more red. I could have looked like the pasta sauce I just bought. If you go to Safeway right now and you buy 2 jars of this pasta sauce, which is $2, pretty good price. Classico has like 20 different kinds. They're like Kool-Aid. They're awesome. Buy 2 of those for $2 each, and you get 2 free boxes of Safeway brand pasta. So I bought Angel Hair, and as you can tell, I store it behind where the camera goes. Yes, look at all the pasta I have. You, excuse me, might recognize this pasta from a previous episode when there was another sale at Safeway, and I bought it then. I haven't eaten it yet. I'm trying. There's just so much food to eat, and someone keeps buying more. I wonder who that is. So, anyway, that's how red I didn't turn, but how red I could have turned. So then I got in the car, and then I went to Hayward. I called with the very last bits of my battery and said, hey, gonna be late, this is why. And Alex is like, oh, it's cool, man. So I get there, and it's probably why I didn't get a chance to learn anything new, because I got there late. But it's okay, because the real full-time job with benefits and a new computer, that is the priority. Then the next priority is the freelance work with Aces Up, where I end up dealing poker all the time anyway, although there's nothing else I can do besides blackjack. Poker pays better. That's what I'm doing tonight. I'll talk about that tomorrow. So it was a pretty eventful day, really. Got to drive to Hayward. I'm going to drive to Hayward again tonight for the gig. I mean, it's just, man, if I love it so much, why don't I just move there? Because I have 4 times. I've had enough of Hayward, honestly. So all the time you have for today, visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel at joelshitshow.com.